Hello, and thanks for joining me. This is Clay Curtis with Statewide Construction. I wanted to give you a little education about your roof and the products that we prefer to use. We prefer to use the Landmark series. It's a certainteed shingle, and it's about 230 to 235 pounds a square, so it's a heavy shingle. It's got a fast track nail system, a 10-year sure start protection, which includes materials and labor. So that means for 10 years, if something happens with the shingle, the manufacturer will replace the shingles and pay for the labor. After that 10 years, they'll only cover the shingle itself. That limited lifetime warranty lasts for about 30 years, and after that 30 years, it basically amortizes in reverse. So they start prorating it in reverse. It has a 15-year, 110 mile per hour wind warranty, and you can upgrade it to the 130 mile per hour. And let me show you how and where that comes from here in a minute. Their top 5 reasons. There's a couple more that why we use certainteed. Like I said earlier, they're a heavyweight shingle. They've got 40 years of experience, and they happen to be made in Oxford, North Carolina, so that's a plus. They are UL rated. I believe most shingles are. They are leading shingle, and they have a complete coverage against defects and a sure start protection program where they'll actually pay for the, like I said, for the labor. So just to get in, the Landmark series has a couple of different brands of shingles or product lines or whatever, and the 2 main ones, and the one that we always include in our estimates are the Landmark series. Now they also have a Landmark Pro series, which are a little bit more, and we can price that separately if someone chooses to. And basically what the difference is the weight of the shingle. They are about 250 pounds a square, so that lets you know that the nail mat itself is thick and stronger. It has a 15-year algae resistance, and basically what the algae resistance is a layer of copper that's embedded within the shingle. It has a higher wind rating, and it has the same 10-year sure start warranty. Here is the Landmark color palette. And the Max Def color, which is the Landmark Pro, it basically has a little bit more dimension and a richer mixture of surface granules, so you'll get a brighter, more vibrant, and dramatic appearance, and not to mention the depth of the color. Here is the Landmark series. Okay. And then I wanted to kind of get into, here's the Streak Fighter. So basically within the shingle, there's a ceramic coating with a copper layer and a mineral core. So what happens is when it rains, the copper leaches down on top of the shingles and basically fights algae. Here is your roofing system. There is your underlayment, which is a mineral surface. It adheres to the plywood and is an ice and water barrier. It goes in on all of the valleys, and any problem areas on the roof. Now we use water resistant underlayment. The days of old tar paper are no longer, especially on a steeper roof. We use a synthetic material that provides a better water resistance, and it actually keeps the guys safer while they're on the roof. We put a starter shingle all the way around the roof. That way, sorry about that. So we put a put the starter shingle on, and let's see, then your shingles are put on. Your hip and ridge, vents, and shingles, and that covers your basics of your roof system. Now here is the winter guard. This is for colder climates, but we use it in all problem areas, valleys, and any areas that have a lower slope or round pipe boots and things of that nature. This is the CertainTeed Roof Runner. It's lighter weight, actually. It covers much more square feet per roll. One roll does 1,000 square feet, and it has UV exposure for 90 days, and it's much lighter and much safer for the workers. This is the Swift Start. This basically goes on before the first layer of shingles at the bottom of the eaves. Believe it or not, the vents that are put on your roof, it matters where they are and what they're made from and how the seams are bonded together and just the longevity of the construction. This is a picture of the ridge vent that goes on the top of your ridge. It vents out of these holes, and this top layer protects your roof is cut here at the very top, and these vents allow air to escape from your roof. Now here's some benefits of attic ventilation. It helps reduce your energy consumption, protects against damaged materials in the structure. Basically what it does with proper ventilation, it doesn't allow hot air to collect in either the summer so that heat damages it, and then likewise when cold air condensates in these cold months, it helps fight against mold and mildew and other problems. Defends against ice dams. And then so here I just kind of wanted to go over what the composition of a shingle is. So nowadays with a architectural shingle, there's a base mat that goes on, and then there's a second layer that has these tabs on it which give you the dimension, and it glues, and it simply sits on top of this mat to make one shingle. And that's what architectural shingles are. Okay, well, thank you for joining, and I hope I've answered some questions and given an education on what to expect with the product line and some insight on the components of your roof.